So I'm sorry for the audio issues in the last video. I played it back. It was super late at night. Didn't realize I didn't turn my microphone up all the way. But we're back with another just thought on All-Star Weekend. And this video, I kind of want to play Draymond's opinions and thoughts on everything. And we're going to react to him. We're going to break this down a little bit deeper. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here's Draymond Green with his thoughts on the rookies being able to get into the All-Star game.
Candace goes, I'm coaching some team. And she's right. Some team that no one wants to see.
Oh, man.
I had to work so hard to play on Sunday night of All-Star Weekend. And because ratings are down, because the game's bad, we're bringing in Rising Stars. That's not a fix. I never played in the Rising Stars game. My first 2 years, I didn't touch that game. And these guys get to touch the All-Star floor on Sunday night? Like when the floor is the floor? You know, in America, the president has Air Force One, right?
Yeah.
They have several of those planes. It's only Air Force One if the president's on it. That's the All-Star floor. You have the court, you have the events. It's a nice looking court. When the All-Stars are on the court, now it's the All-Star court. Those guys did not make the All-Star team. To be playing in the All-Star game and you did not make the All-Star team is absurd.
Initially, when I first seen this, because I was watching the game live, I'm sure like everybody else, I was kind of flabbergasted that he had the audacity to go ahead and do it on live TV when they're breaking to commercial prime time spot, and they were showing a crap ton of commercials, if we're being honest, last night. It was super toxic. For him to say that they don't belong on the floor is 100% right. Like, if you don't like Draymond Green, one thing you have to do is respect his honesty. There was no place for them to be out there on the floor. And I get why the NBA did it. We've been talking about competitiveness, and at the end of the day, the NBA did a really good job in trying to capture that, in the sense of, if you were watching Shaq's OGs versus Candace's rookie team, at one point it did start to get really high level kind of like effort. I'm not going to say defense. We'll say high level effort, because for the simple fact they didn't want to lose to them. It started to get close. They tried to get cute. They kept missing full court shots, or not full court, but half court shots and all this other stuff. And then the rookies start to come back. So I get Adam Silver's mindset when it comes to trying to inject some competitiveness into the game. But outside of that, those rookies really don't have no business being there. I mean, I guess star power names for the rookies was like, what? Dalton Connect? Yeah. I can't believe I said, and this is the issue with it. This is All-Star Weekend. This is the All-Star game. I shouldn't be talking about Dalton Connect or Keontae George or any of them, bruh. This is supposed to be like, for all we know, because you never know what's in the future, who's to say that this isn't Steph's last All-Star game? Who's to say that this isn't LeBron's last All-Star game? I know it sounds crazy, but at some point you have to start making that a reality in your mind, because these guys are so old, which brings the heightened level of sensitivity to the whole topic of All-Star Weekend, because I know a lot of people, and a lot of people were kind of banking on this. Hell, the NBA was banking on this. LeBron being on the same team as Steph and being able to see that one more time besides the Olympics. And, you know, that's a whole nother conversation within itself, with LeBron deciding last minute not to play. I'm starting to see a lot of backlash from people all over Twitter, all over YouTube, pretty much anywhere that talks basketball. People are like, oh, LeBron knew he wasn't going to play, and if he knew he wasn't going to play, he should have said something, so then that way someone else could be an all-star. LeBron has never cheated the game. I'm not even a LeBron fan. I'm a diehard Laker fan, as we all know. LeBron has done everything for the NBA that he could possibly do. He's been a good ambassador of the game. He's been a good teammate. You know, he uplifts organizations. He uplifts cities wherever he goes. He's done the most for a all-time great that you can possibly think of. So the fact that he didn't play All-Star Weekend, I mean, as a Laker fan, it's a W, obviously, because we want him to have more rest, especially being with this new iteration of the Lakers, which in a future video, we're going to go over some some of my thoughts on it as it comes to the teams and how the way that they're looking right now and where they can end up being this season. But it's a W for me, more rest for LeBron. But people are saying like, oh, well, had he sat out, they would have put in Norman Powell. You don't know that. Norman Powell has great numbers, and the West is full of guards. You can even argue, and people are probably going to say like, oh, this is ludicrous. Go look at the numbers. Austin Reeves has been balling. You could have argued maybe replace LeBron and put in Austin. Austin definitely would have gave effort. But see, that's the issue here at hand when it comes to all of this. And I don't want to get too far into it and sound like a broken record at the end of the video because we got more to react to from Draymond. But the whole reason why All-Star Weekend isn't the way that it used to be, and that's kind of where these All-Stars now are kind of leaning more towards on this, oh, the game isn't like how it used to be, this and that, third, is because of y'all. The moment people stop putting in effort, the moment you stop taking All-Stars out of the dunk contest and everything like that because you're too cool for school type of mentality, and then it translated over into the game, which is no surprise at all. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get on into some more Draymond Green thoughts because it only gets better from here.
You work all year to be an all-star, and you get to play up to 40, and then you're done. This is so unfair to Victor Wembanyama, who just took this game really seriously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who just took this game really seriously. When you talk about chasing after the points records, Melo and Kobe and all these guys who've had great scoring nights, they don't get the opportunity to do that with this game. Also, we can watch some rising stars. We're about to watch the Olympic team. Now we get the treat of watching the Olympic team play against a U19 team. Come on, what are we doing? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, Kenny's team is done, by the way. Chuck won. Kenny's team was the one that's eliminated.
Yes.
Yeah, so SGA still in it, Victor in it. But you're talking about the scoring records that we've heard. Tatum leading all scores, 55 a few years ago. It's harder to catch now.
They can't do that. They don't get to etch their name in the history books. It's a reason you get an all-star, Kobe Bryant all-star MVP award.
Scale of 1 to 10, your thoughts of the format?
10 being the best.
Yes.
A 0. Sucks. Same basketball.
I just wish you were more honest.
On a scale of 1 to 10, rate the All-Star game form or the new All-Star game format. It's a 0. It sucks. That's the moment that everyone was like, dang, he just said that on live television during the All-Star game. He's not wrong. It was absolutely garbage. And over the last few All-Star games, it's been absolutely garbage. There's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way around it. Hence why there's new things, because Adam Silver's looking around like, what else can I really do to bring the effort, to bring the energy, to bring just life back into the All-Star game? And I think it's a foregone conclusion that you need to go back to the old style of the game. I like the idea of the 4 teams. I mean, in theory, it sounds like it'd be a good idea, but just bring back the full All-Star game, 2 teams. And I'm not going to lie, some people may have this opinion. Other people may say this is why you're crazy. I think the All-Star game is going to be just fine if you go back to 2 teams. Reason being is because you have people like a Victor Wembanyama. You have people like a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You have people like a Cade Cunningham. Guys who are going to put in the effort, because guess what? I have a gut feeling they actually care about being an all-star. They don't have as many all-star appearances. They don't have just this, how should I say, this cachet built up completely yet. And they all have something to prove. And I think that after a year like this year, it'll be a wake-up call even more to those guys than it is to the vets, given the fact that they're like, hold on, if we're going to do a full-blown game, 12-minute quarters, I'm going to go out here and try to drop 70 on you. And if the vets, no offense, want to sit back and let young guys drop 70 on them, then go ahead and do it. Or how about this for an idea? Keep the same mentality of like the younger guys versus the older guys, except make it the younger all-stars. Now it may change up some of the voting and everything like that, but at the end of the day, we're starting to see younger and younger all-stars anyways, right? Put those guys on the team. I guarantee they're going to go out there and try to bust those older guys' butt. And those other guys are going to start what? Probably playing defense because now their pride is on the line. You got these younger guys pretty much getting ready to put you up on the shelf. And if you want to go out in the All-Star game in front of a whole bunch of people and get blown out, then get blown out. Because I'll tell you one thing. I mean, people are obviously always going to say, there's always going to be an argument for this. They're going to say that, oh, the older guys don't want to try as hard and they're not going to try as hard. Okay. If it means nothing to them, if they want people to be able to make All-Star history, cool. Make it a full game. If they want to get put in the history books as being the guy who let Shai Gilgeous-Alexander drop 70 on him, or let Victor Wembanyama drop 30, 20, and 10 blocks on you in the All-Star game and then go in the regular season and get the same exact thing, because guess what? Once those guys have a performance like that on a big stage like that, they're probably going to be more amped to do it to you in the regular season when things matter even more. That's my idea. Go ahead and put like the younger All-Stars versus the older All-Stars, and let's see. Because other than that, I don't see how guys are going to care enough, but the younger guys do. So, yeah, put them on Front Street. Let them get blown out.